We have another question in, and this one came in from Mary, and she says, when should I transplant my azalea bush?
Well, anytime that the weather is cooler and the plant is dormant. So that could be a March, April, or a November project, when the temperatures are a little cooler and you can move that plant. Obviously, if you have a construction project going and you have to move it or lose it, you can take a chance, but make sure that you get plenty of soil on the plant when you move it, and do it quickly, dig the hole, transplant it, and then be sure and hydrate that plant real good. Might even trim it back some to compensate for any roots that have been cut off of it. But much better to try to move it when the plant is dormant.
Would you, if you did move it now or even when it's dormant, would you give it any fertilizer at the time you move it, or is that something you do later?
No, a good starter fertilizer is good to help encourage some new root growth. Azaleas especially like to have a slightly acidic soil, so you might want to add some pine bark or peat moss to the soil where you're transplanting it into, and that also will allow it to have some medium that it can root out in quickly. And
I don't know. I've never had a lot of luck with azaleas. They're beautiful, but they, at least for me, and I'm not a great gardener, but they tend to be a little fussy.
Well, it depends on your soil type. There are areas, for instance, where there's a lot of heavy, dense clay, and that's just the opposite of what a rhododendron or an azalea like to grow in. But if you get over in eastern Ohio or areas such as that where the soil is a little more acidic, a little more loamy, the azaleas and rhododendrons can get huge, So where you have heavy clay soil, you almost have to create a new environment for it. And they tend to like to have some sunshine, but I found, too, that if you can plant them on the protected side of the house, protected being out of the winter wind, they do much better. And if they get morning sun and maybe afternoon shade, that tends to allow them to perform a lot better.